Hello, my friends. Yep, it's that time again. It's another review session. I love you guys. I love when you guys send me videos that you want me to review. The ones that trigger you guys. And a lot of the times, they're entertaining. Sometimes there's no way I can cover those subjects. But this one is interesting. It's based on how women value themselves. And the mere thought of valuing yourself, if you guys understand how that sounds, the idea that you can value yourself, can put a value on something that you're selling and expect the person to buy it at that value blows my mind. It really does. But a lot of women don't see it that way. And I want us to break it down. I want us to define what value is. Because I can tell you, the value you put on yourself versus the value someone else puts on you are two totally different values.
Stifler, ask the ladies to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Go ahead.
10.
10.
8.5.
10.
7.
Oh.
8. Excuse me. 10.
Yes. I love this.
Jesus Christ, smoker's cough over here. Okay.
6 before pregnancy and 4 after pregnancy.
So before we get into it, of course, hit that old like button, the old thumbs up. Come on, show me some love. Show me some love. And if this is the first time you've been here, or if you have been watching my videos all this time and you haven't subscribed, come on, man. Give the old guy a break. Come on, subscribe. All right? And listen, if you also want to book a session with me, have a conversation because you have something you need to get off your chest, you have a problem, by all means, book a session. Go to askanolderman.com, book a session with me. And or if you need practice, and I'm not talking the whole sex talk stuff. I'm talking about if you've been off the market for a while, let's say if you're divorced, if you're freshly divorced, you have no skills with communicating with women outside your wife. Getting back on the dating market gonna be tough if you have not been keeping up your flirting skills. Talk to one of my ladies and they will help you get back in tune to actually have a conversation with you and then give you feedback at the end. She'll tell you. But what I also give you when you book a session is a list of open-ended questions, free, that you can use and practice with these ladies. So the idea is to help you learn to communicate with women. And last thing, if you have a quick question you need to ask me, hit me up over on Instagram. You can send me a voice message. I'll respond in kind and everything will be good. Okay? So that's my public service announcements. Let's get into today's subject. Women valuing themselves. And this came up because one of my subscribers sent me this video. Let's take a listen.
I had a man ask me on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate yourself? And I had to be like, no, sir, I don't participate in toxic behaviors. I don't rate myself. And he said, oh, you just mad because you were 5. Come on now. Come on. What are we rating for? The moment I rate myself, that's the moment I have to compare myself to someone else. I have to look at my sister, a woman beside me, and say, she's more, or I'm more, and she's less, or I'm less, and she's more. I don't do that. Just because the world is doing something doesn't mean I have to do it. As women, we go through enough as far as cycles and hormones and trying to figure out this life, nurturing aspects, being this and that we don't need any more added pressure. There's no need for a scale. And anybody who doesn't accept that or doesn't agree, okay, you can rate in your system, but to me, there's no rating. To me, I survived. To me, I'm here. To me, I'm breathing. To me, that's enough because I am enough. And I finally believe that for myself. If 1 means dead and 10 means alive.
Now, that sounds cute, doesn't it? It sounds good. It makes you feel like, I have no accountability. I'm just free. I'm free. I'm free to just think what I want. It sounds good, ladies. Here's the reality of life. The rating scale is part of what we do as a species. That's it. We rate every single thing. Is this app better than X app? Is YouTube better than Instagram? Is that woman taller than that one? Is she fatter than that one? And if that's the case, she's more beautiful than this one. We do ratings every single instant of the day. Is this book better than that book? She's going into the whole emotional part of, well, I don't rate myself. Actually, you shouldn't rate yourself, to be honest with you, because the rating doesn't come from you. It comes from someone else. So, yeah, you have a point where you don't rate yourself. The best you can do is to be the best version of yourself so that you are rated by other people as best as possible. That's it. But the idea that, I have all these other problems going on, I have to worry about my hormones. Yeah, you know what? That's called being human. That's called being human. We have to focus on everything else, and in the meantime, live a good, true, honorable, moral life so that other people will rate us well. So, yes, she has a beautiful disposition. She's calm, she's nice, beautiful. And it's the type of woman that I would look at and say, hey, you know what? Hey, she looks like a woman that have good common sense. But like most women, she gets into the emotional part of what's going on. But I want you guys to listen to some of the comments that were written on this, because a lot of people fell for the whole beautiful, I don't have to be accountable for anything, because I have all the problems going on. I got my hormones, the problems that women have. Oh, you don't think men have problems? You don't think men have problems? But we still have to understand that the world rates us. Everybody rates each other. Oh, he's not tall enough. Oh, he's too broke. Oh, he's too dusty. Oh, he's not educated enough. Oh, he's been in trouble. All of these are ratings, my friend. So the idea that if a man asks you, how do you rate yourself? He wants to see how humble you are, how genuine you are about yourself. That's what the man's asking. He's looking to see if you're self-centered, if you're full of yourself.
Well, you don't have to be cocky about it.
Yeah.
There's a difference of being like, I know I'm a 10 and like I'm more powerful than everybody, I'm hotter than everybody. That's like not the point. It's in like within yourself, think of yourself as a 10 and be happy with what you look like and with who you are, and like love yourself and love what you look like. Because in reality, like there's not much you can really change about your appearance. Like you can change your hair, you can
lose weight.
You could lose weight, but like why does it matter when you're walking down the street? Like, it's not healthy to think about what everybody else around you is rating.
Here, let me try to paint it this way. Do any of you know any guys who think they're hot shit, but they're not?
Yes.
Yes.
He might think he's a 10.
That comes with cockiness, though.
Yeah.
Saying if someone asks you to rate your physical attractiveness and you're rating yourself a 10, it's cocky to say that you are on par with the most beautiful women in the world. That's cocky.
It's all about, I guess, how you go about it and the way you do it.
So the idea that I'm not going to participate in this thing, you're basically saying, you know what? I don't really care about how you or anyone else thinks. But unfortunately, life is a real thing that exists. And if you're living in this real world, my friend, this world rates you. Everybody rates each other. Let's read a few of these comments. Someone responded, what you said is really deep. Your perceptive is enlightening for those willing to listen or identify with what you state. Far too often, we let societal norms or perceptions of what is good and what is not define who we are. We should never do that. That's toxic. Toxicity waged on ourselves. Keep the positive mindset and not let anyone distract you with negative distraction from what's pure and true. It is a gift to just be alive and surviving in this worldly heaven. I say heaven because this life is the realities we create for ourselves with the kind of frequencies, energies, and vibrations that we choose to operate in. Peace and hamdallah. I assume that's mean hamdallah. And there we go. When we start to get into this energies and this esoteric and this whole holistic type of life, I tend to disengage. Not saying that energies don't exist, but when you place yourself in an environment where the rest of the world doesn't operate, you choose to isolate yourself. Simple. We can get into the energies and the vibrations and all of that stuff. But if 99% of the world don't look at you like that, then you're stuck with dealing with reality with 1% of the world. That's the reality. Because like I said earlier, the world operates the way it is because biologically we rate ourselves. That's the way it's been since the beginning of time. This woman looks healthier than that woman. I will choose her. This woman looks much more symmetrical in her face. Definition of beauty. It shows that she's genetically more perfect. I'm going to choose her to have my kids. And we've been choosing based on a rating system since the beginning of time. So for some reason, this woman wants to step away from that reality. By all means, she has that right. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we rate each other. Let's read another one. Silver Foxy 207, another woman, says, "Thank goodness I'm not alone in being this way. I feel everyone's walking around with price tags. Value this, value that. What do you bring as a female? What do you bring as a male? Shuh. We bring ourselves, and we are all different and all priceless. This new relationship trend needs to die. It's horrible. Thank you." Sure. That's your opinion? Great. Like I said earlier, that's not how the real world works, my friend. Never have. It never worked like your way, and it never will. The rating system stands, and it will always stand. Ali Abbas says, "The kind of questions people ask reveal a great deal about them and who they are. I love your response. A lot of people do a lot today just because everyone else do, which is sad." She responded, "Ali Abbas, thank you so much, and I totally agree. I try to encourage people to think for themselves whenever I can." Oh, yeah, you can. Everybody can think for themselves. But you can also live in delusion as well. And here comes the shame. Here comes the shame. Someone says, "Grown-ass man asking a woman these dumbass rating questions is silly AF." Like I said. Oh, man. Praise George says, oh, is a guy? Yep, this is a guy. Praise George says, "Comparison is doing violence to our own soul." Oh, God. Comparison is reducing your own self-worth. Comparison is doubting your own uniqueness, trashing your own greatness. Comparison is mental poison. Stop it. Run your own race at your own pace. Live your life on your own terms. Listen, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should just constantly compare yourself and put yourself in that stressful situation next to another person. That's not what this argument is. This argument is you have a value. I'm not saying compare yourself to someone else and try to get that value up unless you're competing for something. But the point I'm trying to get across is we all rate each other. That's it. You comparing yourself and stressing yourself about somebody else and who they are, by all means, no. That will destroy you. That stuff will rip you apart. Because when you compare yourself to someone else and try to get to their level, etc., In reality, all you're doing is trying to be like another person, which is technically impossible. Each of us have our unique ways, our unique self. The best you can do in what you should do is to become the best version of you. It's to become the best version of you. You don't have to compare yourself to someone else. So this man has a point. You don't have to compare yourself. But please note that your uniqueness is being rated. Let's get back to the rating system. Your uniqueness is being rated, whether you like it or not. You could paint your hair blue. You can place 5 rings in your nose and a big ass one on your ear. You're going to be compared with someone else. You're going to be rated. But you could be uniquely you. And that's okay. Understand what I'm saying? You know what? I'm going to read you one last one because here we go again. Julie Bollinger said, patriarchy and misogyny taught us that other women are our competition. We have to tear other women down to get that man's attention and affection. And capitalism keeps you comparing and rating and buying. They condition us to think we aren't enough or we're too much, and we constantly have to assess women and ourselves. Who benefits from this? Doing that? We don't. Only men do. It's 2023. Women support each other now. Oh God, here we go with the feminist crap. You know, the patriarchy is what keeps you alive. Just so that you understand. I'm going to be placing another video that explains this clearly. Okay? The patriarchy is what built this world that you get to live comfortably in. So you trying to tear it down will only cause chaos. Number 1. Number 2. We, like any other species on Earth, every single species, we choose the best of the best to mate with. Darwin's law, my friend. Okay? The weak dies. The stupid make mistake and die. They don't get a chance to reproduce. This is the reality of life. So we are constantly being rated and compared. That's it. I'll say it again. Be the best version of yourself. Don't worry about anyone else. As long as you know that you're being the best version of yourself. The chips will fall where they may. If others don't see you as a highly rated woman, that's just where you fall on the totem pole. That's it. But as long as you're yourself and you get the results you want, you're happy. But don't expect the world to change because you don't want to be the best version of a human being. Listen to what I just said. The best version of a human being that is admired by the majority. Okay? You could be the best version of yourself, but if it does not conform to the rest of what society is. In other words, you could be the best serial killer out there. Rest of society want to deal with you? No. But you know, it's the best version of myself. I like killing people. And I'm giving you an extreme situation because I want you to identify with the fact that when you say, I need to be who I am, it has its flaws, because if the best version of who you are doesn't conform to society, you will be ostracized. Your rating will fall. No one wants to see you. If you choose to be 600 pounds, you have that right. There's a guy out there for you. I see even 600 and 800 pound people get boyfriends. There's someone out there for you. But do you have a lot of choices? No. Your best version might be tattooing your face. Are there a lot of opportunities out there for you? Probably not. Let me show you an example of where we are as a society when we overinflate our own egos. When our rating is so high and we don't realize that it's not doing you any favors. Let's look at this young lady.
We're going to switch it around a little bit. I'm giving you 30 seconds to tell me why I should pick you. So I'm going to go in an order. So the first girl, why should I pick you? Carmen.
Because I'm the baddest bitch alive. Period. I'm the epitome of beauty, honey. I'm wifey. I do vibe with you. I'm like, I would look cute next to you, do you not think?
The moment of truth, I gotta eliminate one of you. The gal I will be eliminating is Carmen. And the reason I'm eliminating you, Carmen, is you said you're the baddest gal in the UK, and I'm not even sure if you're the baddest in the room right now. Big man thing. Also,
Babe.
big man thing.
And that is what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter how bad or how awesome you are. If you are competing, and we're all competing in some way, shape, or form for something, whether it's for a man, whether it's for a loan, whether it's for a job, whether it's to buy something unique, we are always competing. And if we don't have what it takes, we're not going to get it. So it doesn't matter how great you rate yourself. It's always based on another person's opinion if you win. This is what I'm talking about. Let's read a few of those comments before we lock this down. Alex Mosey said, "Bruv, on behalf of all the men, we thank you. She needed humbling a long time ago." Tron Mick says, "She's obviously acting, but she's annoying as F regardless." Yeah. Someone said, "I don't believe it. It suits her too much. That's not acting." Oh man. Oliveira said, "On behalf of all men, thank you." Yink Agnes says, "There's affirmation and then there's delusional. LOL." Oh, this gentleman says, "She's definitely the clappiest in the room for sure." That's a whole other story. But she's been categorized. She's been put in that category by men. Because I told you in previous videos, men have two boxes that he'll put a woman in. Sex box, marriage material box. She's just been allocated based on her attitude. So it doesn't matter what she thinks. It's what other people value her at. Okay? Somebody said, "It's a cold world. Bundle up." And this gentleman says, Brince says, "That Carmen's voice goes right through me. She's not even nice." And there lies the issue. You know, the idea that she calls herself the baddest bee. And you know what I'm talking about when I say bee. I mean, why would you categorize yourself as a bee? I mean, I don't want to call any woman that I am involved with a bee. Why would I do that? But when she calls herself that, she's now defined herself as such, as if that's appealing. But she's not only a bee, she's the baddest bee. It's not the kind of classy woman that I want to be seen with. This woman says, "I can't believe that there are females who would actually put themselves in this position on a social media platform for so many to see. Rate yourself more." Back to the delusion. Rate yourself. Why couldn't she say, conduct yourself better? That's what you have to do. Conduct yourself in a fashion that is appreciated by other people. That is what these young women need to be taught. How to conduct themselves. Anyway, listen, I just thought these were two videos that sort of highlights female nature. And for you ladies to understand the illusion of thinking that the rating that you place on yourself is your actual rating. The market determines the value every single time. That's it. You can price your car at $10 million. If the market says, no, it's a Toyota, it's only worth $10,000, that's the price. Anyway, guys, listen, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Of course, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know exactly what you're thinking. And remember, whenever in doubt, always ask an older man. Cheers.